Good afternoon, everyone. And now we are going to share and discuss about the pangolin conservation in Nigeria, the training manual that was developed, just like Taiwo has mentioned. The training was done last year, and the project Pangolin conservation also started last year, January. So in Nigeria, pangolin are one of the wildlife species that are protected by the country law, but still yet few people are aware of this species. So this training manual will meet the need and will be used to engage members of local communities, just like the people of Ekwe. And we are also trying to scale it up to other community areas, Ijebu-Ode and Ekiti, Ondo, as many communities as we can reach in Nigeria. So this will actually promote their knowledge, capacity, and actions on conservation. So this training manual was produced in modules. So we have about 9 modules. We have 9 modules. And the first module is general description of pangolin. The second module is pangolin species in Nigeria. The third module is general myths about pangolin. The fourth is threats to pangolin conservation. The fifth is the importance of pangolin conservation. And the sixth is the law and policy guiding pangolin conservation. The seventh is awareness and actions on pangolin conservation. The next one is rehabilitation of pangolins. Then we have a case study that was discussed in Module 9. This is about what we actually did in Ekwe, the community action of pangolin conservation. So let's go through the modules one after the other. The general description of pangolin. These particular modules contains the details about the morphology, the mode of feeding, the habitat, and the species of pangolin we have in the world. As we all know that we only have pangolin in 2 continents, which is Asia and Africa. So this particular module contains that, and details about each species, its natural range, its conservation status were well spelled in this module. Let's move to the second module, pangolin species in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have 3 pangolin that we can find here. We have the white-bellied pangolin, we have the black-bellied pangolin, and the giant ground pangolin. In this module, details about their conservation status were well detailed in this particular module, and also their natural range, where this species can be found in this country, like the giant ground. In some authors, just like Dr. Agbola has mentioned, some said that they found it in Gashagagunti National Park, and some, just like he said at Okum National Park. So there are some details about this particular species in this particular module, the second module of our training manual. Then the third module is about the general myths about pangolin. In Africa, in the entire world, there are many myths about this particular species, especially in Africa. In Africa, like in Zimbabwe, they believe that if you come across a pangolin, and you wait till the pangolin disappear, the amount of time you used to wait is actually the days that you used to spend, the good days that you actually spent on Earth. So those are their beliefs. Some, like in Nigeria, they believe is a good luck. And sometimes when you come across a pangolin and the pangolin refuses to turn into bulb, that is a bad luck. It's a very bad omen in some part of the world, especially in Botswana. So a lot of myths are well detailed in this particular module. We are still going to send this particular training manual to all our stakeholders for validation. So let's move to the fourth module, the threats to pangolin conservation. There are so many threats. Just Dr. Agbola has highlighted a lot. And in this particular module, we are going to talk about the legal trading, the habitat destruction, the pangolin trafficking, and also the poor education, conservation education. A lot are ignorance of this particular species. So it's also a threat. So in the fifth module, we are going to talk about, we actually talk about importance of pangolin conservation. There are a lot of importance, and the one that we detail in this particular module are the ecosystem importance, the agricultural importance. When we look at the mode of feeding of this particular species, we can see that it feeds on ants and termites. So it actually reduces the rate of ant infestations on agri plants and on crops, which improve the health state of the particular plant and also increase availability of produce. Another thing is it promotes soil aeration. Most of pangolin species burrow, especially when they are looking for their food. They burrow into the ground, and in that activities, they actually mix the soil together, which allow the nutrients to also mix together. Details about this are well spelled in the Module 5. Module 6 contains the laws and policies guiding pangolin conservation. And in Nigeria, we now have Endangered Species Act 2016. Now defined is 5 million naira. So that is actually what Nestra used to use to hold any defaulters of law, especially when it comes to trafficking or handling pangolin illegally. And we have the CITES, which serve as an umbrella of party states, countries to develop a law, regulations to guide this particular species internationally. So Module 7 contains awareness and actions of pangolin conservation. Details about 3 modes of awareness was spelled in this particular module, and we have community awareness, we have the media awareness, we have the media awareness is divided into digital and traditional, then we have the policy awareness. All are details in the module, and we have the rehabilitation of pangolin under Module 7, under Module 8 rather, sorry. So procedure on how to rehabilitate a rescue pangolin species, right from rescue to release, were details under this module. So we can see from we check the parameter down to document, then we move down to release. Then we also have a recommendation and monitoring pangolin. So under Module 9, we have a case study, and that is the project we actually did in Epe. Like Taiwan initially is, hello? Okay, like he has mentioned initially, he told us about how we commenced the project in 2022, January. So we are doing this project together with the Pangolin Conservation Guild Nigeria, and also the project through community education and actions against the trafficking and consumption of pangolin and other endangered animals. So the awareness activities was followed by creation of a community pangolin conservation task force, which include the community member, the trader, the bushmeat traders, the hunters, the law enforcement agents, personnel, and also the religious people. So this is the picture of the training, which later led to the community pangolin conservation task force team. So I highly acknowledge the effort of all the contributors, especially Professor Morenikeji for her effort on this particular manual, and also a lot of people that also contribute morally on this particular manner. Thank you for your attention. And this manner is going to be sent to all of us for validation, after which we are going to post it on our, it's going to be made available on the online for public use, because we want people to replicate this particular in several places. Once again, thank you.